Hello and welcome to Slam Technologies. This is Dr. IT here today. I'm going to walk you through a very simple process to install PFSense. What is a PFSense? PFSense is a firewall. It's a software-based firewall. Now, without wasting time, let's get started. You first of all would like to open your system, your computer. And then once you open the computer, you will want to select and go to www.pfsense.org. So when you are the pfsense.org, you are going to select the version of the type of installation you want to do. So I click download. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select 64-bit of the operating system that I want to do. And then I will select the USB, or I will select the CD or the embedded, the nano BSD. I want to go with the CD image ISO changer. Click download. Now, if you don't have the ability to do this, you probably want to also download VirtualBox. So you go to www.virtualbox.org. And then when you are there, select the type that you want to download. So you go to downloads on the left side, and then you scroll down to the download portion, select the Windows or the OS X, which is the Mac version, or the Linux, or the Solaris, which is also a flavor of Linux. So whichever you want to do, it all comes to you. So upon completion with the downloading and everything, then you are going to make sure you have an extractor. And so if you do not have an extractor, you can go to www.nanite.com, nanite.com. Now at the Nanite, you can scroll down and select the zip file from compression. And then you scroll down and say, get your Nanite. And then once you scroll down to get your Nanite here, you will be ready to run your installation. So the first thing that I would do whilst my PFSense is loading is I have installed my virtual machine already. I'm going to go ahead and create a folder. In this folder, I'm going to name it PFSense. And that is the reason why I'm downloading the 7-zip to extract the folder into the PFSense folder. So let's check the downloading for now. Now that my PFSense is downloaded, it's completely downloaded, I'm going to go to my download folder. So once I select my download folder, I'm going to select and right-click on the PFSense folder. I'm going to extract, and then I'm going to extract files, selecting the desktop folder that I have created for my downloads, and then I can extract this in here. And then once the extracting is completed, I'm going to open my VirtualBox. So I double click my VirtualBox here, and then once the VirtualBox opens, I'm going to go ahead and select new. Now when I select new here, I will go ahead and create and call it PFSense. Now, the type that I'm going to install is going to be the free BSD. So I'm selecting BSD. So once you select the BSD, now if your window is 32 bits, you select 32. But if you're 64, select BSD 64. And that is what I'm selecting. So free BSD 64. Then I'm going to click next. My memory that the system assigned is 1024. It's all right. I'll keep it to just the default. And then I'm going to click next, and then I'll go to next again, dynamic allocated next on that. And the size of my hard drive space is going to be 16 gigabytes. That's all right. I'll go ahead and click on create, and then the PFSense link has created. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in here and go to settings. What I want the PFSense to do is to give me the ability to select the name or the PFSense, that I have. And then I will select the network type. I'm going to bridge the adapter. And so I will bridge the first adapter. And then I'm going to create the select adapter here. And I'm going to enable, and I'm going to bridge it as well. Why? One of them becomes your LAN and one of them becomes your WAN. And that is the reason why I'm going to create both of these adapters. So after you have selected the network, you are going to go to the storage here. And then you are going to mount the ISO image. So you click the empty folder here. Then you come to the CD, click on the CD, and you are selecting choose a virtual disk. Then here you can select the desktop. Double click on the PFSense, double click again, and then here is the ISO image. I have attached the ISO to this, and I'm going to go ahead and click the start button. The installation will begin. Now you have about 2 seconds to agree to the terms and conditions of the PFSense. PFSense is a very great and a very efficient firewall. Now, when this is presented to me here, I'll select PFSense, click Start, and then I'm going to go. Many organizations use PFSense. Why? Because it's very robust and very good system. So here, this is what I said. It gives me 2 seconds to select which ones I want to install. Installation begins and everything is running. So all you got to do is sit back, relax, and then I will prompt you when the next stage comes up. So over here, I'm going to accept the terms and conditions. And then I capture my keyboard. It's all right. And so go ahead and hit enter on the keyboard. Then the first one is selected, install. Click OK on the keyboard. And then you hit enter for the default and then select. And again, you want a guided disk setup. So you click OK. So you realize everything that I'm doing, it is based on a captive, keyboard and mouse. And that is exactly what you're going to do. Straightforward. Don't beat it up. Okay? So it is very important you continue running on this PFSense. So it is going, so we can let it run, and then we will see what happens next. So now the installation is completed. The PFSense is asking you the installation is now finished. Before exiting the installation, would you like to open a shell in the new system to make any final manual modifications? You can say no. If you have any other things to do, then you can do. Now, before I go ahead and reboot the PFSense, I'm going to go into the VirtualBox and then unmount the PFSense. So watch me. I'll go to settings. And then in the settings, I'm going to select the storage and I'm going to highlight the PFSense here. I'll go over here again and I'm going to remove the disk file from the PFSense. So what I do is remove it and then I have unmounted so the system doesn't reboot from here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Once I have clicked the OK here, I will go and select reset. So I click the machine and click reset. And I'm saying reset the system. So good thing for me here is that once I reset the system manually reboot itself. And then it brings me into a whole lot. It may give me a whole lot of errors on the screen or whatever it is normal, right? But once you boot the machine, it's going to take you into the actual PFSense and then you can be ready to log in from here. So let's watch what is going on. PFSense that you have. And so what I will do is I'll capture the keyboard, and then I'm going to select number 2, which is the interface IP address, hit enter, and then I'm going to select the number 2 again for the LAN, hit enter, and then I'm going to enter the LAN IP address, which is 172.16.100.1, and I'll hit enter. And then I'm going to, select, the DHCP, which is 255.255.255.0. That's what I want to use. I can do the 16, and then, I'm selecting that, and I hit enter. And then enter the new IP version 4 subnet bit count. So I'm going to do 24, and then I hit enter for a LAN. Press enter for NAN. So I do enter, and then enter the new IP. So I don't want to enter anything. Do you want to enable DHCP server? I say yes. Hit enter, and then enter the start of the DHCP address range. I'm going to enter the start of the IP client, which is the 172.168.16.100.1. Enter. Then I'm going to do the end as 172.16.100.200. Hit enter. And then, do you want to revert HTTP as web controller protocol? I say yes. Hit enter. And then the system reloads the DHCP and then completes the configuration. And this is when I need to change the IP address right from the beginning here. And then, everything is done here. So if I hit enter, and that will bring me. So you can see that my LAN is changed. My one is still the same thing. And so to modify the LAN, all I got to do is set up the IP address for my Wi-Fi. So I selected the change adapter settings, changed the Wi-Fi, and went to properties. Now in the properties, you can see that I've selected an IP range 172.16.100.5. And then the subnet that I created is 255.255.255.0, 172.16.100.1. That is if you want to change the IP address. And then once I have done this and I'm done with this one, what I did here is that I click save, and then, I'm going to the browser. And now let's see if I can connect to PFSense. So I open the browser over here, and I'm going to type the gateway address, which in actuality is my LAN address. And so once I type it in here, the PFSense come up. Let's see. I type the admin and PFSense. That is as simple as you can think of. Easy, breezy, busy. This is Dr. IT. I hope this has been informative to you, and I thank you for choosing Slam Technologies. Have yourself a wonderful day.